Welcome back to my YouTube where I show you guys how to get better results with your Facebook media buying. And this is specifically going to help SMMA owners with their lead quality, both your lead quality and your client lead quality. So this is stuff that you can do inside of the ads manager that is massively going to improve your lead quality. A lot of you probably struggle with leads that come in where you might have a client that's getting a really good cost per lead, but their leads suck or the client's complaining about it. You might even have this problem with your own agency as well, where every ad that you run to your own agency website, you're getting terrible lead quality and people aren't picking up the phone, people aren't qualified and interested in actually booking in a call. So with these three strategies, you're going to massively improve that. And I like to just call it M, Q, and cost. They're just headlines for really what actually works in terms of solving the lead quality problem. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So there's two problems with lead gen. So you either get not enough leads or you get low quality leads. Now, if you're a lead generation agency or a media buyer, the not enough leads is probably not your problem. Your problem is your low quality leads, which we're going to fix with M, Q, and cost. So that's what we're going to talk about in this video. So Messaging is what M stands for, and so how does your offer sound when it's presented across all of your platforms? So this is on your website, your social media, your paid ads, and also on your phone and your email communications. Another one that you could add in here is, what you actually sound like on like a Zoom call or on a Google Meet if we're talking about your own agency. But if you're talking about client results, you need to ask yourself, how does your client's offer or service sound when you're presenting it on social media? If you're running it to a landing page, how does it read? How does it sound on there? And obviously in your paid ads, how does it sound as well? So I'm going to give you a few examples of what can ruin your lead quality. This will just completely destroy your lead quality and make it so that people never want to pick up the phone. And even the people that do pick up the phone, they just suck. Like, you don't want to talk to them. We're offering 20% off in month of the year. If this is in your ads, your leads are going to attract terrible quality people because all they're going to want to do is save money and look for the cheapest cost. So it's really like offering anything like that about price, which is obviously the second one as well. We're never beaten on price, cheap service, cheap offer, whatever. Those two types of messaging, you'll still get decent pickup rates, but the people that you're going to speak to are never going to be qualified. They're never going to be people that are easy to work with. And even if you can somehow get them on a call or in an appointment, they're going to try and haggle you on price, which is just like not what you want. The lead quality will be trash. So if you have a client that's offering a discount or doing something like that on their paid ads or on their website, you need to push them away from that offer, because that type of offer, yes, it's going to get you lots of cheap leads, but the people that they're going to get are going to be time wasters. They're going to be people that aren't serious about the service, and it's just going to make a terrible experience for your client, which is not what you want. Faster service time and quick service time. This is one that you can kind of advertise because this can be okay, but a lot of the time the people that want a quick service are also the same people that are going to be like, want a cheap service. So you're going to just attract all the same type of people with all three of this, all three of these messaging options. So stay away from this across your ads and your client ads. You want to avoid these like the plague in your ad copy and in your ad creative. Good messaging, pretty much the exact opposite of what I was talking about. So talking about quality, satisfaction guarantees, these are great for people who already have an understanding of the service and are just looking for someone to really like solidify their results. You can also just include a lot more of the results that you've got in your messaging, like showing before and afters and that sort of thing, to really hammer home that you do quality work and you offer some sort of guarantee if you're not satisfied financially as well. Leaning into the local company market. So this is obviously about your client accounts, but if you're running ads for a local business, lean into the local business and the local community in your messaging. You want to have people think, oh, this is a company that is trusted by people that I might know. They're in my area. They obviously understand what people like me want, and really lean into it. There's no point trying to come across as like super professional or, like a company that's like a really big conglomerate, because people aren't interested in that. If you're running local ads, sound like a local business. So yeah, really lean into that. Talk about how you're trusted by, a bunch of Melbourne, Sydney residents or, LA residents, talk about people in that area because it's going to build trust in your messaging and make it a lot more likely that someone who is in that area is actually going to respond. But make sure you lean into the fact that, you're trusted by people in that area. Don't just, say attention, this area, homeowners, or whatever you're running ads for. Make sure that you're leaning into the messaging of like, lots of people in your area have used us and, they like their service. This option here is blurred out because this was related to a specific niche, so I've just forgotten to change the actual niche that it's for. But this is what you want to, the way that you can bring up money is by saying that the amount of money that you're going to save in the future. So, you're going to save money by not having to, keep redoing something. If you're doing some sort of permanent solution, you're not going to have to keep coming back and doing the same solution that you're already doing. This is a one size fits all solution. So you can talk about the long-term savings in that aspect, but you want people that are obviously going to be a long-term thinker and they're not looking for a short discount immediately. So qualification processes. This is the big one. Qualification queue. Again, across all of your platforms. So this includes your landing pages, your Instagram DMs, your paid ads, lead forms, and obviously the people on the phone and email. What are they asking, and what are your standards for qualification? So bad qualification is broken up into two groups. You either don't ask enough questions or you're just not strict enough with your disqualification parameters. So the two biggest mistakes that I see are only asking for contact info, and if you're pre-purchasing leads, then you're buying leads without information that's necessary. And the strictness really comes down to your automated disqualification parameters because a lot of the time you're not going to be able to rely on your client to disqualify leads because they're always going to want more leads just in case. And even though they say they want more leads, a lot of the time they will get frustrated if they're just speaking to low quality leads. So you as the media buyer, as the agency owner, you have to set up automatic disqualification parameters so that people that are unqualified don't even make it to the client for them to actually contact. So this is very important. So yeah, ask many qualifying questions on your ads and on your inquiry form. So that can be on your landing pages, that can be in your Instagram DMs or your Facebook messages if you have those set up. Automatically remove and reject inquiries from entering the CRM. This is super important. Make sure that, yeah, like I said, people that are shit quality are not making it into the CRM for the client to contact to begin with, because it's just going to ruin the client experience with your service and they're going to think that your leads are dog shit. At the end of the day, they're using you because they want exclusive qualified leads. They're not using you just because they want to contact as many people as possible. So make sure you're strict about kicking out unqualified leads. And then post inquiry flows to educate and follow up automatically. This is very useful to make sure that people actually pick up the phone. You can let them know, hey, we're going to call you at this time, or you expect a call from this number, and make sure that they're actually prepared to pick up the phone. And this will mainly improve your pickup rate, less so the actual sales process, but you want to improve your pickup rate as much as possible. So post inquiry flows to educate are very important. And the final one is cost. So what's it costing you to get a qualified lead, again, across all of your platforms? If you're running ads, your paid ads are going to be the one that is easiest to determine because you can see your cost per lead exactly. But still consider, your website and social media leads as a part of this. If you're running ads, at the end of the day, you are going to get some inquiries on social media and on your website as well. So you can't just throw those away. Include those as a part of it because a lot of Facebook messages can actually convert into conversions. So I'm not going to tell you what a good or bad cost per lead is purely because it depends completely on the niche and on the industry. But the first thing that you need to do to avoid a bad cost per lead is making sure that you know your pickup rate. So if you don't know your pickup rate, your appointment rate, your close rate for your client, there's no way that you could possibly know what your cost per lead target actually is, because how can you possibly know what you can afford to pay for a lead if you don't know how many times that lead is or how many of those leads is going to convert into a closed appointment and a closed job? So you really need to know all of those numbers before going into it so that you can have an idea of what you can actually afford to pay. An unknown or predictable cost per qualified lead is obviously bad. If you don't know how to get sustained results on your with your service, then you're not going to be able to get a solid, predictable cost per lead, and something that's actually repeatable. So that's what a good cost per lead is. Obviously, a cost per lead where you can predict it every single, $30, $20, $50 that I spend, I know that I'm going to get a lead from that. And so it's very important that, you actually are confident in your media buying ability, and you're confident that you can actually deliver on the service, because at the end of the day, if you don't know what the client is going to be paying per lead, you can't possibly know how they're going to get results. You can't possibly know what their performance is going to be, and you don't know what their break even amount is. So all of this is about a lack of information. If you don't have the information, you're going to have a bad cost per lead. And remember that a good cost per lead is relative to the quality of the lead. So if you're getting, $5 leads, and they are, then none of them pick up the phone, they're all dog shit, you're just asking for contact info. But if you're paying $30 per lead, but 1 in 3 of those is actually booking a job, then that's actually a great cost per lead. So this is why I can't tell you what your cost per lead has to be, because at the end of the day, if your client is not booking jobs, it's probably because your cost per lead is too cheap. And that's a very controversial thing to say, but you should be paying more for leads if you're going to get a much better quality. So make sure that your leads are actually a good quality as well, and they're not just getting as many leads as possible. But yeah, that's basically sums up this video. If you use these 3 key metrics, you can implement these within the next few hours across all of your client ad accounts that are struggling with their lead quality. And I can guarantee you that you're going to see a massive incremental lift in the quality of your leads. So if you want to give it a try, please go and do it. All of these things are massive improvements, and I've learned over years of running ads that this is exactly how you're going to improve your lead quality. Leave a comment down below if there are any other things that you think improve lead quality so other people can use them. And if you have any questions about what I have left here, then you can DM me on Instagram and I can answer you some questions directly. But yeah, thanks for watching this video, and yeah, I look forward to reading your comments.